Hello and welcome to our 10-4 video. The title of this video is called Changing Dimensions. Our goal is that you would be able to make a model to explore how area and perimeter are affected by changes in the dimensions of a figure. So basically we're going to look at if I make a rectangle twice as large, does the area get multiplied by 2 and the perimeter get multiplied by 2? Or how is that going to change? So I added this picture here because Miss Cohn wants to enlarge a photo by doubling its length and its width. Recall that similar figures have exactly the same shape, but not necessarily the same size. So doubling the dimensions of the photo will create a larger photo that is similar, not congruent, to the original. So we could draw a model of this on paper, and that's what we're going to look at on the next slide. Okay, so we're going to say that this was the original size of her photo on the left. This was our original size, and we wanted to enlarge it here. Each box equals 1 inch squared. So let's figure out, how is the perimeter and the area going to change when we change our dimensions? So we'll remember the formula for perimeter is P equals 2 times the length plus the width. Okay, so let's follow our formula here. 2 is already a number. We're going to say the length is the 3 along the bottom, plus the width, which is the 2 going up and down, our vertical side. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 times 2 equals 10 inches squared is our perimeter. I'm going to put a box around it so it's easy to find. Okay, now let's find our area next. So first we write down our formula. The area of a rectangle equals width times length, or length times width. Okay, so the area is going to be 2 times 3. So our area equals 6 inches squared. Oops, there's a mistake I made. It's not inches squared, it is just inches. Area is only one that has squared. Hopefully you caught that before I did. All right, so now let's see what happens if we multiplied both the length and the width by 2. So this is our original over here. And this is our original if we multiplied both the length and the width by 2. So now instead of being 2, it is 4. Instead of being 3, it is 6. So we multiplied both of them by 2, as you can see. So let's check. The perimeter equals 2 times the length plus the width. So our perimeter is going to equal 2 times 6 plus 4. Okay, so it's going to equal 2 times 10. So the perimeter is going to be 20 inches. Did that double? Did we multiply the perimeter by 2 as well? Yeah, we did. To go from 10 to 20, we multiplied by 2. So if something is enlarged, we can just multiply the perimeter by the same scale factor, and we will get the correct perimeter. I guess we should probably, though, test it on a couple more problems to make sure that that is a rule before we start saying it's a rule. Let's look at area, though. So the area equals length times width. So our area is going to equal 6 times 4. Okay, 6 times 4. So the area is going to be 24. Now I'm seeing something here. So my perimeter, it appears, we haven't done it on enough problems yet, but it appears that I can write my perimeter is just times 2. Okay, but when I'm looking at to go from my original area to my doubled area, I see I didn't times it by 2. I multiplied it by 4. Interesting. Now here's why. Because when I'm taking this around, all I'm doing is I'm multiplying it by 2. Okay, yes, I'm multiplying the side by 2 and the base by 2, but it's just getting twice as big. Whereas here, I had to multiply this side by 2 and this side by 2. So if I wrote that out, I would do 3 times 2, which would be my 6, times 2 times 2. So I had 2 extra times 2 in there, so that's where we got our times 4. Okay, let's look into that a little more on the next one. How do the perimeter and area change? So here I have a painting that is 2 centimeters long, must be 1 centimeter high. And here I have a painting that is 6 centimeters long, and it's going to be 3 centimeters high. Yep, okay. So let's find the perimeter. So this is a 2 by 1 and this is a 3 by 6. All centimeters. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Let's find the perimeter equals 2 times length plus width. So the perimeter is going to equal 2 times 2 plus 1. The perimeter is going to equal 2 times 3. The perimeter is going to equal 2 times 3, which is 6 centimeters. Now our area equals length times width. Our area equals 2 times 1. Our area equals 2 centimeters. Okay, so let's see if we times 3 here. Let's multiply by 3. If my prediction is correct, we would have a 3 times 3, which is what we would multiply our scale factor for our area. So my area should be 2 times 9 or 18 after I figure it out. And my perimeter should be 12 because 6 times 3 should be 18. 6 times 3 and 2 times 9, same. What? Okay, let's check it out. So perimeter equals 2 times the length plus the width. Okay, the perimeter equals 2 times 3 plus 6, or that's 9, times 2. So our perimeter is going to equal 18. Well, look at that. Our prediction was correct. And now our area equals length times width. Our area is going to equal 6 times 3. Now, I hope you know I'm not doing all of this extra work for fun. I expect you to do all of the step by step. Well, it's not extra. It's just a good habit to get into. I hope you will be doing step by step when you do your assignment tomorrow. Then our area is going to be 18 centimeters squared. So our rule that we kind of found was correct. So let's talk about that on the next one. So let's write a rule. If figures are similar, then, writing an if-then statement, the perimeter will be multiplied by the scale factor. And what I mean by scale factor, I know we've studied this a little bit, but I just want to refresh you. Scale factor means if I go from a 3 by 2 to a 6 by 4, my scale factor would be 2. I multiplied both sides by 2. Will be multiplied by the scale factor, and the area will be multiplied by the scale factor, and then I'm going to put my squared up here. And really, if we think the area, we always write the area in like centimeters squared. So that's how we can also remember that if we're going to looking at two similar figures and we want to figure out what the area will be of the other one, we don't have to waste our time finding, tomorrow you will have to use your time finding both of them. But once we know this, then if we're doing it in our daily life, we can say, oh, well, if I find the area of the smaller one, I know I just have to multiply it by whatever it is squared. So that's how we can remember. Area would be squared, and the perimeter would just be multiply it by whatever number your scale factor was. All right, so tomorrow we'll get working on our assignment. Please do your work exactly as I showed you here. And then we will be able to move on to some more fun things. Area of circles are next, which I absolutely love. So anyways, I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.